Hey gang, it's JC, and this is your Daily Dose for Thursday, January 6th, 2011, a cooperative venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. Give them a call, and they will help you with your web design and web strategy and all that sort of stuff. They're doing the KTRS website now, too, along with jc'sdailydose.com. We are here every day with the Daily Dose, and we have just funny pictures and videos and all sorts of stuff on Eye Candy, which is right below what you're looking at. And if you go up top, you'll see all sorts of cool things like the Wayback Machine and the Video Village, and you'll see old pieces from the 1980s and 1990s. Not just me, but other cool stuff that happened in St. Louis television and St. Louis sports and stuff like that. So you can sort of punch around and have a little fun here at jc'ontheline.com. Where do I start? Okay. I've been the guy for the last couple of days who has been saying, be careful on this Ted Williams thing. Ted Williams is this homeless guy that they found on the side of the road outside of Columbus, Ohio. The next thing you know, he's a YouTube sensation. He's getting offers from all over the place. He was on the Today Show this morning. And I've been the guy saying, just hold off here a minute. Hold on. This could be a hoax. Because it's been done before. It was just done a couple of years ago where some guy claimed to be, down and out on his luck and, started standing outside of radio stations and TV stations saying, with a sandwich board going, I'm down on my luck and I need a break. Can anybody help me? And one station picked it up, and then the next station picked it up, and all the radio stations, and everybody put him on the air, and he sort of told his story. There's only one problem. The whole thing was a sham right from the beginning. He had been hired by one of the radio stations in the market. He fooled everybody. So up until this morning, I've been the guy saying, watch out for this Ted Williams. He may not be who he says he is. Well, I am now prepared to say he's for real. I'm 99% sure that this guy is for real. I just watched the interview. This can't be a hoax. This has got to be the real thing. But now, Ted, since you're getting all these jobs and job offers from radio stations, let me be the one to break your heart, okay? Because you think you're going back into radio and you haven't been in it in 15 or 20 years. Oh, Ted, you might be better back on the side of the road in Columbus. You see, a couple of years ago, there was this thing called Clear Channel, and then there were these radio station owners and big investment capital groups that just whittled the operations at radio stations down to near nothing. Oh, there's this thing that's been invented in the last few years, Ted, called voice tracking. That's when there's nobody in the whole goddamn building, but there's sound going over the radio because everything's been pre-recorded and everybody leaves for the night and the computer just does everything. So, I don't know. Oh, and then there's all these layoffs where the big companies just got rid of anybody that was costing them any money. Oh, and then they reinvented the rating system about 2 years ago, and it's absolutely invalid and insane and just a joke, but that's what everybody has to live by. And then, oh yeah, there's pay cuts and furloughs. And so welcome back to radio, Ted. I like your story, and you seem like a very nice man, but be prepared to have your heart broken again. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger is downplaying reports that he's engaged to his girlfriend Ashley Harlan. He told reporters, guys, slow down, take it easy. I just raped her 6 months ago. All right, a woman claims Donald Duck groped her breasts during a visit to Disney World. To add insult to injury while he was doing it, she heard him say, it really is a small world after all, isn't it? All right, this is your big divorce weekend. I always call these a couple of weekends during January, divorce weekends. You have 2 games on Saturday and 2 games on Sunday. So here we go. Saturday, you have New Orleans at Seattle. That's the 3:30 game St. Louis time. That's on NBC. Then the Jets at Indy. That's in the Dome, obviously, at 7 o'clock on NBC St. Louis time. That's Saturday. Then on Sunday, you got Baltimore at Kansas City. That's noon on CBS. And then the Packers at Philadelphia. That's going to be the game everybody's going to be watching because you got Michael Vick there. Packers at Philly at 3:30 Sunday afternoon on Fox. That is all this weekend. And I didn't even check to see when the Blues are playing or when there's any other games. And I know they still now, all the college football games, the bowl games used to be on New Year's Day. Now they're playing bowl games like into February. All right. Still got the cough, by the way. That's right. People's Choice Awards last night, as Steve Martin once said, let's find these people and take away their power of choice. When you have a category called Best Talk Show Host, and neither David Letterman, Bill Maher, Jon Stewart, Jay Leno, none of those people are even nominated, and one of the nominees is George Lopez, then you know you got problems with your awards show. For those of you interested, Toni Braxton might pose for Playboy. She says it would be TNA. She's not giving up everything. She declared bankruptcy for the second time. About maybe 8, 9, 10 years ago, she declared bankruptcy. Her debt is estimated at close to $50 million, so she's going to drop some trow. The Hollywood Reporter, which is the big entertainment magazine out in Los Angeles, did a poll of American Idol viewers, and 67% of them, or 2/3, say they believe Idol's best days are over. Now, Trish has been chosen by the Fox network to be a tastemaker. Basically, they send her Fox television shows like a month before we get to see them, and she gets to screen them and then talk about them and tweet and do stuff on Facebook and talk about them on our show on the Big 550 KTRS every weekday morning from 10 until 1. And she says that Jennifer Lopez actually comes off really nice. Randy Jackson has grown a pair and is sort of a tough guy now, taking over the Simon Cowell thing. And she says that Steven Tyler is hilarious. So let's see what happens, but we're only about 10 days away now from American Idol. Jim Carrey going to be hosting Saturday Night Live this weekend. That could be interesting. 2010 was another dismal year for the music industry. CD sales down 20% for the fourth consecutive year. Digital album sales were up again, but not nearly enough to compensate for the CD losses. Overall, album sales were down 12%. Individual digital downloads only up by 1%. Whole digital albums did a little better. They were up 13%. Maybe all you have to do is look at the caliber of music, and maybe it'll explain, why the numbers are so bad. This is what happens when you don't lock your phone. In Illinois, a man accidentally butt-dialed his wife on the way home from his job at a middle school. She heard his muffled voice, jumped to the conclusion that there was a hostage situation going on, and called the police. Well, a SWAT team went to the school, figured out what was really happening. No charges were filed. You got to watch out for those butt dials. The internet catching up to TV is the top news source for Americans. 41% people now say they get their news online, which is up 17% from just 3 years ago. About 66% of the people surveyed said they get most of their news from television. That's down from 74% just 3 years ago. But for people younger than 30, the internet surpassed television as the media and the main source for national and international news for the first time that the ratings and the survey companies have ever observed that. Oh boy. All right, it was on this date, 1975, that Wheel of Fortune first aired on NBC. Original host of Wheel of Fortune, not Pat Sajak. Wasn't Pat Sajak. Remember? I'll give you a moment. Back in 2 and 2. That's right, Chuck Woolery was the first host of Wheel of Fortune back in 1975, and then Pat came along a little while ago. I mentioned that we have stuff in the archives, the Wayback Machine and the Video Village, and if you punch around up there, I did a 5-part series back in 1987, a 5-part series on Wheel of Fortune. Went out to Los Angeles and hung with Pat and Vanna and the producers and all the background people and all that for a week, and we put together a 5-part series, and that's up there. And I got to tell you, of all the stuff, we've been running this website since mid-March, and of all the stuff we put up there, I think that's gotten the biggest response, all that Wheel of Fortune stuff. Back when I did that thing in 1987, 44 million people a day, 44 million people a day tuned into Wheel of Fortune. I think the numbers are a little down now, but it's still a big show. And back then, back in 1987, you'll see what was going on. And by the way, everybody was really nice. We got that. And then this is the anniversary of milestones for 2 really, really big songs that happen to be favorites of mine. 1972, Let's Stay Together by the Reverend Al Green. Just one of the great songs ever, and very effectively used, by the way, in Pulp Fiction. That scene where Bruce Willis goes in to see Ving Rhames. By the way, when people hear the name Ving Rhames, they're like, what the hell sort of name is Ving? And it doesn't occur to a lot of people that his real name is Irving. And instead of calling him Irv, he chose the last part of it, sort of like Topher Grace. His name is Christopher, so they went with the second half instead of the first half. So I guess you could probably do that with any name, or with a lot of names. But Let's Stay Together went gold on this date in 1972, and arguably just one of the best Beatles songs ever. We Can Work It Out was certified on this date, certified gold in 1966. So there you go. We talk to you every day from 10 in the morning until 1 on the Big 550 KTRS. We have Eric Mink on Tuesday, professional comedian Joe Marlotti on Thursday. Smash joins us every Friday on the show. Again, the Big 550 KTRS from 10 in the morning until 1 Monday through Friday. So we'll talk to you then. That's it. The Daily Dose for Thursday, January 6th, 2011. A cooperative venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.